What's up, everybody? In my last couple of videos that I put out, I talked about streaming church events and other live events, things like that. In the first one, I talked about just kind of doing that with a tablet or a cell phone, something where you really don't have a studio-style setup, something that will just kind of get the word out there and get the job done, reach your people. And in the second one, I talked about how it requires a bit more of a budget. And what I was talking about in that was if you have absolutely no equipment, the final price was going to be around $700 to $750 as a beginning price point. Now that, to me, seems a bit high because I feel like most people do have some of that equipment sitting around that they can kind of integrate into their system. But I was sort of done with making those church streaming videos, and I feel like I had covered pretty much everything that I needed to cover in those two videos. But today I found an article from one of our local news sites talking about how a local church was streaming their services due to the current bug epidemic that's keeping everybody in social isolation. So I went to check out their stream. I wanted to see how it looked. It piqued my interest, seeing as I had just done these two videos, and I found something actually pretty cool that they had done, and I just wanted to put this out there. And this is what I'm talking about, where doing more with less. I'm going to just show you a short clip from the video right now and explain exactly what they're doing here. So right away we see that they're running OBS, and what they're doing is they're capturing a monitor, and we see that confirmed right down here. And what they do next is pretty cool. They're logging into a page called Hikvision. By their IP address, it looks like it's something on their local network. And they enter a username and a password. I would hope that they're not using the default password here, since their IP address is basically being broadcast over this live stream as well. But that's neither here nor there. That's not the scope of this video. They log into the camera's web interface. So I looked up Hikvision, and basically this company is a IP camera, like security cameras. So what they've done here is they basically just piped into their security camera. They're looking at the feed as it through its web interface, and they're running that into OBS. And in my last video, I mentioned that if you can't afford perfection, aim for passable. And as we get into the full screen of this video, I think this is passable. This is fine. This is something that a lot of people really weren't ready for the bug to be spreading across the world like it is. A lot of things are shut down, and these guys are making do with what they have. Another thing they did that I noticed was they streamed this in 720p, so it probably wasn't much of a resource hog to make this happen. And most likely what they've done is they've just piped in the audio from their church's audio system into the mic port on this computer, and now they've got a good clean audio feed, and they've got a good passable video stream, and it gets the word out to their followers. And I really find a lot of charm in these kinds of making do with what you got, doing more with less kinds of workarounds. And that's kind of why I started this channel in the first place. It was for the kind of technical workarounds. Maybe you can't afford a Cadillac, but we can slap together an Escort. And we're going to get into a clip here now with some audio behind it.
It was interesting how in this time of crisis, and crisis means turning point in Greek, in this time of crisis, how we're seeing people differently.
As I'm looking at the audio meter here in my video editor, I noticed that the audio is actually peaking. That's something that they could take care of in OBS, but I mean, it gets the word out, it gets the job done, and people are able to enjoy their church services. So I don't think most people are going to look at this and be like, oh my God, your audio's peaking. They can hear what's going on. They can see the video, and everything looks and sounds a-okay to me. Let me know what you think. I'm sure an audio file, a sound snob is going to be like, no, that's unacceptable, that's not passable. But for this being thrown together to get through these times where people can't necessarily make it to church, I think this is fine. I just wanted to show people this video and get this out there and show people that basically they most likely had a PC on hand. They use the video from their security camera web feed, and they use the audio from their actual in-church audio system. So everything that I was talking about in my last video, that $700 to $750 build, they were able to pull off for nothing. It was equipment that they already owned. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you would do it this way. It's certainly better than nothing, and I really admire their go-getter attitude, just like Jeff Foxworthy always does. They got her done. I'm going to leave a link to this video in the description below. You can go check it out for yourself. Leave a comment to let me know if you would do it this way or not. I certainly think that this is better than nothing, and I admire their gumption. That's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.